The meat is full of fat. We were forced to take a bite. The lion chief saw that, said it'd be an easy fight. The war with Iran and launching ships into space stopped the killing, wasting billions, made our world more unsafe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome once again to my channel, Stop Effing Killing. I'm your host, the MOD, also known as the Method of Delivery. Please like, share, and subscribe if you find anything that resonates with you. So, today we're going to talk about fat meat is greasy. Once again, fat meat is greasy. As a kid growing up, I used to always hear the old people, say, some people don't believe fat meat is greasy. And as a kid, I didn't understand what they were saying. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Fat meat is greasy. What do they mean by that? And as I got a little older and, some of the encounters that I incurred with fat meat, and this definitely greasy, I understood what they said. I understood what they meant. Donald Trump, the current president of the United States, this is his second term. And in his first term, people made viral videos about how they had to pay more taxes and higher taxes, and they never owed the IRS. People complained about the COVID response and how COVID destroyed the country. Farmers complained about tariffs and how these tariffs, that Donald Trump enacted cost them millions, tens of millions, maybe in some cases even hundreds of millions of dollars. And then we had the insurrection, where Donald Trump basically told his supporters to go down to the Capitol and try to overthrow the government. And this is just a little bit of the stuff that happened during Donald Trump's administration. And so that right there was an indication of the chaos and the bedlam and the nonsense that was going to go on if he was granted a second term. But for some strange reason, people thought things would be different. People thought that fat meat wasn't greasy. And now he has a new term. Before I go any further, I just want to say that I am so glad that the United States military was able to rescue their pilots, both pilots. I am really glad to hear that, because, that would have been an absolute disaster had the second pilot gotten captured by Iran and been paraded around on state media. That would have been a real disaster. Now, in this new term that Donald Trump and we are currently in, why is it that the United States has billions of dollars to send a spaceship into space, but hundreds of rural hospitals in this country could close? Let's take a look at a little bit of footage from both of those.
4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
About access to care in the Mid-South. There's a new report from the Chartis Center for Rural Health. It finds hundreds of rural hospitals across the country are vulnerable to having to shut down. We're talking about 27 in the state of Tennessee, 24 in Mississippi. Fox 13's health reporter Mandy Rock joins us live outside of a hospital in Clarksdale, Mississippi, one of the hospitals on this list. Mandy, people say when it comes to health care, they know every second sometimes counts.
Yeah, that's right, Darcy, especially when access to care is already limited here. The report shows states like Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi are among the most vulnerable in the country. The Chartis Center for Rural Health found 417 rural hospitals vulnerable to closure.
You know, it's real funny that for some reason people thought things would be different. Donald Trump in his first administration gave you a preview of the things that would happen in this country. And what did people do? Well, he'll do better, or that's not going to apply to me. That's not going to affect me. Trump was talking about the United States could easily win a war with Iran. Let's take a little look at that footage.
The United States will easily prevail in the new war he just launched in the Middle East.
We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily prevail.
The president dismissing concerns he'll tire of the fight if it lasts beyond the 4 to 5 weeks he's projected.
Somebody said today, they said, oh, well, the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this.
Now, you know, they're sending troops over there. You know, in one sentence they're saying there won't be a ground war, but why do you keep sending troops over there in a state of readiness? Thousands of troops, U.S. troops. The war has cost billions of dollars. You know, let's look at some footage of a plane that was blown up by a supposedly decimated Iran. Let's take a look at that.
Damaged after Iran attacked Saudi Arabia on Friday.
Iranian missiles and drones hit the Prince Sultan Air Base, according to the Wall Street Journal. In pictures, look at this here, circulating online, show the Air Force E-3 Sentry, or AWACS, was hit while on the ground. Several other refueling planes were also reportedly damaged. We reached out to Tinker, who could not confirm their aircraft was hit as a matter of policy, and referred us to uscent.com for more information. Now, through our own research, we found a photo of an AWACS aircraft with the same tail number with the 552nd Air Control Wing during it.
Now, this plane cost untold millions of dollars, right? Multiple planes have been damaged. Several have been shot down. Bases have been attacked. Gas prices have gone through the roof. Oil prices have gone through the roof. Soldiers' lives have been taken. Innocent civilians, kids have been killed. This is the fat meat that this country has bitten into with this administration and with this man. Things not only haven't changed, they've gotten a lot worse. We're all under threat. We're all in danger by this war. This war makes no sense. It's an illegal war. It's a bogus war. You know, a nuclear program that was supposedly blown up last year. Now there's an imminent threat of some type of a nuclear attack. You know, but the whole travesty of all of this stuff is those cowards, and I do mean cowards, who are on Capitol Hill right now in the House and the Senate. And the president is begging for more money. He's begging for 200-something million to keep this illegal war going. He wants the defense spending budget to go up by over $1 trillion. All of this stuff makes no sense. You have problems with crime. You have problems with health care. You have problems with education, inflation. I mean, there are so many problems in this country that it makes no sense. But you have plenty of money to wage war on a country whose nuclear program you blew up last year. You have plenty of money to send a ship into outer space to try to, you know, possibly deal with future problems, but you're not dealing with the current problems that are here now. And this is what I'm saying. Fat meat is greasy when you bite into it. And for some strange reason, which is beyond me, this country chose to go another round, a second term, with an individual who is a criminal and who was completely incompetent in his first term, we must have a really, really, really short memory in this country. But in the end, we all suffer. And the only way that we can stop the suffering is to band together as people, as human beings, as individuals, and to say that yes, the fat meat is definitely greasy, and we need to get rid of that and get another cut of a leaner meat. In other words, all of these coward Republicans, regardless of whether they're in the House or the Senate, or any Democrats or any independents who are co-signing on this nonsensical war, who are co-signing on ICE violating and killing people, who are co-signing on spending money on a space program when you have hundreds of rural hospitals that could close, leaving millions of people in a vulnerable position where they can't get health care in a timely manner. If there's anybody that is signing off on that stuff, you can march all you want to, have a No King's Day protest and all this other stuff, but these people have to be taken out of office. Because in the end, there is no you or no me in this battle, in this fight to get rid of this nonsense. It's only we. And we have to stop this nonsense. We have to stop the killing. Thank you and have a safe day. And once again, I would like to say I salute the military for bringing those pilots home, because those pilots, someone loved them. Their family, they're somebody's family, someone's brother, sister, mother, they're someone to somebody, and most of all, they're human beings. Thank you and have a safe day.